Welcome to the Traditional Way podcast. I'm Brett Shumway. We are brought to you by the Martial Arts Center Network, where you can find a wide variety of martial arts-based programming on all of our social media pages and on our website at www.mainternetwork.com. On this episode, I'm going to bring you the results from the Karate One Youth League event that just finished up in Guadalajara, Spain, from April 3rd through the 6th. Now, this is the third event of the Youth League this year as it continues to grow. This event saw nearly 3,000 athletes from 80 countries all show up to vie for a gold in the 46 categories that were offered. With the locals from Spain being the most registered country with 618 athletes, Italy and Portugal would be the next two most represented countries. Although the U.S. team doesn't compare in the amount of athletes, they still showed up with 23 ready to compete, and that's still looking good as the U.S. team is in the process of building its youth league numbers. So let's take a look at the results. The young ladies started out with Veronika Kotenko claiming her first gold medal in the minus 47 kilogram division, beating the world number one in the final four to advance to the final where she would win that matchup 5-1. The minus 54 kilogram division saw the world number one, Leonor Goncalves, bring her 82.6% win rate into the final where she would secure the gold by a score of 5-2. Fatoumata Sane would top the minus 61 kilogram division in her second WKF event, taking the final matchup by a score of 5-3. And in the over 61 kilogram division, reigning world champion and world number one Mariam Basharat adds to her impressive 90% win rate with another gold medal, defeating her opponent 4-0 in the final. The young men would start out with another first-time medal winner as Andreas Konradowski would take the final of the minus 52 kilogram division in a close matchup where he would win 3-2. The minus 57 kilogram division saw another first-time medalist in Dmitro Lyubimov taking the final matchup by a score of 5-0 to secure the gold. The world number one, Nikola Barak, would see the top of the podium once again in the minus 63 kilogram division. After three events of bronze medals, he would win the final in Guadalajara 3-0. The world number two, Sungar Kanebek, would back up his gold from Fujairah with another win in the minus 70 kilogram division, taking that final matchup by 7 points. And in the over 70 kilogram division, Andre Aguiar would see his first WKF medal, taking the final matchup by Senchu. The female kata division would see a newcomer, Nerea Gregorio's performance of Paparin in the final narrowly edge out her opponent by 0.1 points. And in the male kata division, we saw an all-Spanish final where Jose de la Pena would secure his victory with his Chatnara Kusanku beating his opponent by 0.4 points. Starting in the minus 48 kilogram division, Isis Matos wins her first medal since stepping up into the juniors, where she took the final matchup by a score of 7-3. The minus 53 kilogram division saw world number 11, Miguel Liut Cavucci, take home her first gold medal in the WKF, narrowly edging out the win in the final by Senchu. World number one, Monica Azumian, adds to her 87.5% win rate, taking the final of the minus 59 kilogram division by a score of 4-0. The minus 66 kilogram division saw world number three, Elisa Cataneo, bounce back after a disappointing result in Fujairah, where she would win the final here 6-0. In the over 66 kilogram division, the world number two, Amalie Hakova, would defeat the reigning world champion and world number one in the division, Sarah Tomic, by a score of 4-3 in the final matchup. The male Kumite divisions would start off with the world number one, Miras Abdikadar, taking the final of the minus 55 kilogram division 5-0. The minus 61 kilogram division saw the world number one, Matt Rumbeau, bounce back for his first win of 2025, taking the final matchup by a score of 3-0. The reigning cadet world champion, Almerico Tomasino, gets his first win in the juniors after taking the final matchup of the minus 68 kilogram division by the 8-point spread, as it looks like he has found his stride in the new age category. The minus 76 kilogram division saw Osman Khalis take home his first WKF gold as he won the final by a score of 2-1. And in the over 76 kilogram division, world number two, Vladislav Anisimov, would secure the gold medal, winning the final matchup by Senchu in a very close contested matchup. In the female kata division, we saw an upset as the world number 12, Shirley Kay, defeats the world number 1, Rita Marquez, with her performance of Ohan Dan in the final that she would secure the win by 0.5 points. The male kata division saw a Shotokan showdown where world number 2, Luigi Deruba, would take the final with his performance of Gotoshio Sho, winning by 0.4 points. The U21 division started out in the minus 50 kilogram division, where world number 8, Emma Coletti, would win her first gold as an adult as she took the final matchup 5-3. Claudia Canandias would come out of nowhere in the minus 55 kilogram division, and this is only her second ever WKF event, with the last one being in 2023. She'd win the final by disqualification as her opponent exceeded the allowable penalties. In the minus 61 kilogram division, world number 5, Emel Bjorgrené, would come out on top of the final, securing the gold by a score of 6-2. The world number 2, Anna Desiderio, would edge out her opponent in the minus 68 kilogram division by a score of 2-1 to take home the gold. And in the over 68 kilogram division, Julia Krot would find the top of the podium for the first time since 2021, taking the final matchup 2-0. The men start out with Enzo Falco topping his countryman in the final of the minus 60 kilogram division by a score of 2-1. This would be Enzo's first ever WKF medal. The minus 67 kilogram division saw world number 6, Rafael Astarita, secure his first gold medal in the WKF as he won the final matchup by a score of 2-1. The world number 7, Mario Iannuzzi, would find his first gold as an adult, winning the final of the minus 75 kilogram division by a score of 4-0. The minus 84 kilogram division would see a first-time gold medal win for Jose Miranda as he would take the final 2-0. And rounding out the men's kumite, Federico Supino would win a close fight 3-2 in the over 84 kilogram division, securing the win at his first attempt in the U21 age category. The female kata division had a lot of upsets in Guadalajara, as some top-ranked athletes would not see the final 8. Most notably, world number 1, Chiara Manca, gets knocked out in her second match. The final of this event was won by the world number 3, Ursula D'Onofrio, who would win out in a battle of Paparin, taking her first gold as an adult, winning the final by a half point. The men would see the Shitaru styling of Ivan Montenegro squeak through the bracket, as he didn't win by much each round, but it was enough to get the job done. He won most of his matches by either 0.2 or 0.3 points on his way to the final, where his Super Empe would edge out his opponent by 0.2 points and his first gold as an adult. I want to start by acknowledging the American medal winners in Guadalajara. Let's start with newcomer Presley Allen, who took silver in the minus 47 kilogram division for the cadets. Now, she had a lot of close fights at this event and would make her way to the final, where she would lose 5-1. However, for her first time out, a silver medal is more than most get in the youth league, so hopefully we will see more of her in the future. Also, Chian Issa secured his first medal as a junior, taking home the bronze in the junior male kata. Now, I'm hoping that this marks a milestone for him for getting over the hump and securing more medals. As a cadet, he was consistently in the top 10 in kata, and he saw a ton of bronze medal matches that would unfortunately see him walk away without a medal. So I'm happy to see him win this bronze medal match. Lastly, a top 10 finish for Grayson Merrill, who would take 5th in the junior minus 76 kilogram division. Now, right now, the WKF is a buzz about the 2025 World Games, because they made their selections of the 8 athletes that will represent their respective divisions, and I want to start by acknowledging some Americans that made the cut. Sakura Kokomai will be in the women's kata division, as well as Ariel Torres representing the men in the kata in his kata division. The over 84 kilogram division will see Edward Sajalian represent the U.S., and that's great for him as he's still pretty young in the adult division. Now that we see who's in, let's talk about who's out. Now, Trinity Allen wasn't selected, and I want to describe why I feel like this is a snub. So they're basing their top 3 selections off the World Championships from 2023. So let's take a look. In the minus 55 kilogram division, Tuba Yankin is in. Since the World, she has taken 2 bronzes in 6 events, and although she remains ranked 1 place higher than Trinity, she has been falling in the rankings this year. Next, Yvette Goranov is in. And as you remember, her controversial win over Angelica Tuluga at the Worlds got her to the final at Worlds. But since then, she has won a Series A and took a bronze at the Premier League event. But in the last 2 years, she's fallen out of the top 10 and is currently ranked 12th. Lastly, Angelica Tuluga. Now, this is a tough one for me because I believe, hands down, she is the best minus 55 kilogram fighter the WKF has ever seen. However, since Worlds, she has failed to secure a medal and is currently on the 15-month paternity leave. So will she even be present for the event? Now, the next couple of selections are based on rankings, Most notably for me, Mia Beich is currently ranked 3rd and was a rising star in the division, but hasn't medaled since May of 2024, and Trinity just beat her in the elimination rounds in China last month. Now, the other ladies as selected, I don't have an issue with. They've earned their spots. I think they're relevant and they should be there. But here's my argument for Trinity. She's currently ranked number 8th, where in the past couple of months, she has played a huge role in the U.S. securing the silver medal at the World Team Championships, and she's medaled in the last 2 Premier League events, a feat that none of the women listed prior have accomplished. Now, this event is selecting for 2025, so why aren't the fighters that have results recently not being selected? I think this is an oversight, and if they are looking for more exciting matchups for the event, Trinity should be in that selection. But unfortunately, that's not the case. All we can hope for is that she would be considered if a substitution will be made for Angelica if she's not ready to compete. And with that, I want to thank you guys for tuning in for another episode of The Traditional Way. Join me on the next episode where I'll bring you the results from the Premier League event in Cairo. Till then, continue to support the Martial Arts Internet Network and make sure to share, like, and comment on all of our videos. Till next time, guys.